So you have a mother that's wheelchair bound by the name of Jocelyn Sanders. You know, she got with her pediatrician because her child wasn't feeling well. So the pediatrician had suggested to take your child to the hospital. Well, while at the hospital, Jocelyn did not agree with the kind of antibiotics they wanted to give her child. So she wanted to take her child, and when she did, out of the hospital, they say, hey, why are you taking the child to the hospital? Because this child needs this medication. She says, no, I'm just gonna take him to my pediatrician, right? So when they did that, the hospital ended up calling on Jocelyn here. And then what ended up happening, the police shows up at the house with CPS. They didn't see anything that was wrong with the child enough to take the child, talking about the police officers, but the CPS worker decides to take the child, put the child in her car and take the child back to the hospital and have not gave this sister her child back, even though they did not even have a court order for removal or anything. Let's go ahead and roll this clip.
It's very difficult given that it was pushed back, and I would like my son to be returned to me as soon as possible. But like I said, I'm keeping faith in God and my team as well that justice will be served and the truth will be brought to the light.
They were saying that he looks better, that his skin looks better, that he's gained 8 pounds. Is that not a sign that whatever they did helped your little boy get back to a healthy state?
Given that I was given that same opportunity, I would have had that same results with him. CPS rushed the judgment and didn't allow me or give me that opportunity to do that.
So as you heard, she said that, listen, I would have actually took him back to a hospital, but just to another hospital in Plano and not the hospital that they originally wanted the child to go back to. So we said the same thing would have happened if I took him over there. So this is what they do to our children. And they took advantage of her because she's in a wheelchair, because how's she going to stop him? But see, the police is wrong for that because that CPS did not have a court order to take that child. Now, the child, as you well heard, is with a family member, right? So it's not like with some stranger or anything like that. But it's still, she's still fighting for, you know, the right to have her son back. And this is, you know, you have so many stories in this country where I have covered over the years where CPS have taken children out of the home of black parents and they didn't do anything wrong. Or they wanted to have their child with a midwife and they didn't want to go to the hospital. Or, you know, so many different things that's happened over the years that I've been covering content that they have been doing to black mothers and also, you know, black couples. It's ridiculous what these people do. That's why some people get so sick and tired of this place at times. They want to move to somewhere else because what I've learned in other countries by traveling, parents have way more rights in other countries than they do here. A lot of countries don't have an equivalent of a CPS, and I'm not talking about Western countries either. I'm talking about countries outside of here, maybe Latin America, Caribbean, the continent of Africa, you know, Middle East, Asia, just different places like that. The parents have way more rights, like it used to be in this country, when parents had all the rights to their children. The only time that a child was taken, unless you physically see, okay, this child is being abused, or this happened, or that happened. But, you know, something like that doesn't even make a bit of sense. But I hope this young sister get her son back. I hope so, because let's call it what it is. They were also discriminating against her because, you know, she has a disability. But we do have a, you know, law on the books where you cannot discriminate against people who are disabled.